Explain Move Like Royalty.
So what is Move Like Royalty? Move Like Royalty is not just a clothing brand. It's a mindset. It's a day-to-day grind, a day-to-day living. It's a mental state of just knowing where you come from, knowing where you're trying to go, despite the opposition, that you're going to give it your all. That it's just Move Like Royalty. So under all those conditions, the clothing brand is just to remind you, not to give up, not to let things overwhelm you and get discouraged, but just to continue to move forward. Because you come from a royal bloodline, you derive from royalty. And what king do you know bows down and give up her kingdom as a queen? And it's not just about males, it's about females, it's about how we raise our children with a royal mind state. It's just a way of life. And that's basically what it is in a nutshell.
You balance business, personal, and still stay on top of your brand, everything you got going on?
So I think with anything in life, you have balance. That's what it's about. But you got to have a priority as to what you want to focus on. So for instance, this may be my season to focus on my brand. Because being single, you're good. So you don't have to worry about the dating aspect, the relationship aspect, because now I can focus more on my professional side of the house, my business side of the house, or whatever else I want to put that into. So now I just have to balance out two things. But then when you start adding more pieces to the puzzle, then of course it's going to separate that pie chart up a little bit more. So what is your priority? And then at the end of the day, when this business is over and everything else is over, who's always going to be there? So if you're a family-oriented person, that family's going to carry you when the business fails, when the job, when you quit, retire, or whatever it may be. So you always have those priorities. And so for me, it's what's important for me in my life at that point. And family is always going to be important. So if I'm in a relationship and I'm dedicated to that point, that's what's going to be my priority, while also maintaining my business. And once you get the business up and running the way that you need to, sometimes you can kind of put it on autopilot, and you don't really have to touch it as much. So now you can take that extra time to put it back into something that you may have been lacking early on because it just wasn't that season for it. So that's the way I look at it. Just keep it balanced, and that's the key in life. Balance is just harmony. You got a good mixture going. You got to whip it up.
You gotta whip it up?
Yeah, you gotta whip that up. You gotta get that whole thing flowing. Are you ready?
Alright, yeah. Let's do this. These are cute little glasses.
Yeah.
What's to the single?
Let me top you off a little bit.
Alright. This is good. What do you think?
Oh, this is perfect.
It's perfect.
This is like grown folks Kool-Aid. Definition of an adult beverage right here. This is what everybody needs in their life.
That's it. That's it.
Nice, real nice and smooth, nice fruity flavor with that hint of alcohol taste, but it's not overbearing. So you know it's in there, and it'll sneak up on you sooner or later. But until then, enjoy the ride.
All right, this is a juicy question. You ready for it?
Quick, let's go.
All right. So, as someone who has been in the military, it takes a lot of discipline, right? All right, when it comes to dating, what has it been like? Don't look at me like that. You can't look at me like that. Dating someone who is maybe in the military or prior service versus total civilian.
Oh, wow. So we're going to do this question. I plead the fifth. No, in actuality, it all depends, right? So I think there's a third category. So you have people who are in the military that I've dated. You have people who have military affiliation, whom I've dated. And then you have people who have no affiliation whatsoever about the military. And I think there's pros and cons to each side of the house, right? Military, the pro is that they understand exactly what I'm going through. They understand the day-to-day hustle. They understand the lingo to talk. When I'm talking about different things, I don't have to decipher going from one bit of abbreviation code to how this relates to them in layman terms and whatnot. So I think that's a good thing. The bad thing about it is if they're just as focused on their career as I am, then now it's a conflict of interest because when do we have time for each other? Having someone who has a military background, such as like their dad or somebody was in the military, so they grew up as a military brat, or they used to be married to somebody who was in the military, they understand the struggle. So I think it's a good fit because they understand what I'm going through at certain times. So I don't have to explain the entire process as much.
Right.
Going to someone who has never had any military experience whatsoever, right? I think it's a good thing in sometimes because that's that balance to keep me away from that professional life, and it brings me back to just this is who T is, this is who Terrence is, right? And so I get away from that professionalism, that military, that type of mindset. On the back end, I'm explaining so much that, hey, I'm gonna be gone for a year. I'm going to the field for 30 days, but why are you going to the field for 30 days? Are you gonna be able to come back home, or you're gonna have your phone with you, or those types of things that just a regular everyday person don't understand. So I think there's some pros and cons to each one, but at the end of the day, it's about who fits you and the lifestyle that you're trying to lead going forward. And so you can take a civilian personnel who has no military lifestyle and groom him to the military lifestyle and be successful in a relationship. You can have people that are in the military, both of you being professional, married, dual military, and then both of you can still move forward and go forward and be happy. Then you can have someone who has a background with military affiliation, and move forward. At the end of the day, it's about two people getting together with a common mindset to accomplish something, whether it be their relationship or whether you're talking about a business goal or whatever it may be. It's just about two people having a common task, and how can you get two people walk together unless first they agree. So that's how it is. So you have to be like-minded to move forward, and then I think the rest will take care of itself.
Okay.